Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my top 10 books on my Kindle TBR. I read, or no, scratch that. I get a lot of Kindle books and I don't read them. I don't have a Kindle, but I have the Kindle app on my phone. Same thing. The reason I don't read Kindle books is I have the mindset of if you don't see it, you forget it. So, yeah. So this is going to be my video for keeping me accountable. So I will eventually get to these. And the first book on this list is This Eternity of Mask and Shadows by Karsten Knight. I got a PDF version of this for a blog tour sometime last year, I think. The beginning of last year, and I still have not read this book. It has been at the forefront of my mind because I am very intrigued about this. In a city of gods and mortals, secrets never die. Okay. The gods walk among us, some lurk in the shadows, masquerading as mortals. Others embrace their celebrity status, launching careers from Hollywood to Capitol Hill. As Cain, I don't know, sifts through the rubble, she uncovers a conspiracy 2 decades in the making. A cursed island, a fellowship of gods who journeyed there in the unspeakable act that intertwined their fates. One by one, members of that voyage are dying, and Karen's investigations land her in the crosshairs of the rogue goddess responsible. With the help of Nanook, a polar bear god turned detective, Karen descends into Boston's underworld of supernatural crime and political aspiration. To avenge her mother and unmask her assassin, she'll first have to reckon with a gut-wrenching secret that will rewrite the life she thought she knew. And yeah, this came out last summer, June 2nd, and it is a mythology, and y'all know how I love mythology. I'm trying to get through all of Rick Riordan and Rick Riordan Presents books this year, but that ain't gonna happen. And then I got other mythology books on my TBR that I want to read, but I don't want to read at the same time as Rick Riordan because I don't want to mix up the stories. So I am going to be making this a priority soon. I had it on my, let's see, when did I do? I think last year in August I had an all ebook TBR, and I'm going to be doing that again this summer before the school year starts. And this will be a priority. I will make sure of it. This will be like the first book. If I can find like a reading challenge that I can do, and I'm sorry for the sun. If I can find a reading challenge that has like mythology, I will choose this. Yeah. The next one is Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali. I was given this as a freebie from NetGalley. They said that they sent an email saying, "Oh, this book is available for a limited time to read because the sequel is coming out," and I automatically got it, and I have it for I think 40 something more days. I have it for 37 more days. I use the app Aldico to read ebooks, not on my Kindle app. This is the app I use for NetGalley. So I've never read an S.K. Ali book, and I'm sorry for the sun. I'm trying to like lean back, but it is 8 hours and 5 minutes. There are 3 kinds of people in my world: 1, saints; 2, misfits; and 3, monsters. And it's just beautiful. And one of the narrator for the audiobook is named Ariana, and that's my daughter's name. So I may listen to an audiobook. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it. And yeah, this was not on my radar until NetGalley, and then I read the premise for the sequel, which is like a spoiler, and then I want to know what's with the time and the monsters. I swear this list is not full of mythology books, but this one, A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. This is all about Hades and Persephone. I have also had this PDF for years due to a blog tour that I never got around to, and it is about Persephone as a goddess of spring by title only. So I should read this next month because spring. The truth is, since she was a little girl, flowers have shriveled at her touch. After moving to New Athens, she hopes to live an unassuming life disguised as a mortal journalist. Damn, son! Gotta get all up in my business. Hades, god of the dead, has built a gambling empire in the mortal world, and his favorite bets are rumored to be impossible. After a chance encounter with Hades, Persephone finds herself in a contract with the god of the dead, and the terms are impossible. Persephone must create life in the underworld or lose her freedom forever. The bet does more than expose Persephone's failure as a goddess, however. As she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, love for the god of the dead grows, and it's forbidden. One of my favorite myths is Hades and Persephone, and one of my favorite fruits is the pomegranate. So the next one is a YA mystery, and it is Under Glass and Stone by A.N. Willis, and this came out April of last year, and it is about a girl and her family that has lived in the same brick house shadowed by the mansion across the street. Her Nana filled her childhood with stories about the burn house, tales of missing children, of lovers gone mad. The mansion loomed every night in her dreams. Even now at 17, Evelyn watches the sprawling Victorian from her second-floor bedroom, unable to explain her obsession with the house. She's never been inside. Then one of the boys in Evelyn's junior class disappears. Evelyn is the last person to see him. Just a pale face in the burn house tower window. Ugh, yes. The police don't believe her. Even her friends think she's just imagined a face in the window. Only Alex, a mysterious newcomer with his own ties to the burn house, shares her suspicions. But Evelyn has no idea how far she and Alex will have to go to find answers, or what she'll have to remember. This would be a good book to read around Halloween, and this is going on my October TBR now. These videos, every time I make them, I'm always adding books to my monthly TBRs, and then when I get to that month to make my TBR, I'm like, oh, you're already full. Damn, ambitious much? Am I going to read you? Probably not. And it's just gonna, yeah, keep on growing. But the cover is, it's okay. I wish it was a little more sinister and creepy. I wish it would actually shown the creepy Victorian mansion. But yeah. This book, Our Last Christmas Together by Matt Michelatos, I have been wanting to read for the last 2 Christmases. I read the Sunlit Lands series a couple years ago. I read the first book, Crescent Stone, and then I read the Heartwood Crown that I always mixed up with Heartworm. I have animals. I have heartworms. Yeah. So this is like a novella, I think. It's 46 pages, so it's a novella. It's got Madeline, Jason, and Shula, and it's about their own moving Christmas tale. It's in the Sunlit Lands, teenagers fight in a magical war against a terrible enemy. But once a year, all such things are set aside for Christmas celebration, with kids from around the world sharing their traditions, their stories, and their memories of home. A standalone story set in the world of the Sunlit Lands. I absolutely love this series. And then I heard a couple days ago in another video that I watched that there's going to be a book 3, but there's no mention of it anywhere on the internet besides that one video. It's not even on the author's website. So if you know anything about this series, or if the author is planning on making a 3rd book, let me know down in the comments. Give me your info. But this book I already have on my September TBR, and I have it for a buzzword reading challenge this month, or not this month, but for September, because the word for September is last, and it is The Last Resort by Susie Holiday. This cover, it drew me in because of the red, and then the resort house in the background. It's very creepy. So It's about when Amelia is invited to an all-expense-paid retreat on a private island. The mysterious offer is too good to refuse. Along with 6 other strangers, she's told they're here to test a brand new product for Timeo Technologies, but the guests' excitement soon turns to terror when the real reason for their summons becomes clear. Each guest has a guilty secret, and when they're all forced to wear a memory tracking device that reveals their dark and shameful deeds to their fellow guests, there's no hiding from the past. This is no luxury retreat. It's a trap they can't get out of. As the clock counts down to the lavish end-of-day party they've been promised, injuries and infighting split the group, and with no escape from the island or the other guests' most shocking secrets, Amelia begins to suspect that her only hope for survival is to be the last one standing. Can she confront her own dark past to uncover the truth before it's too late to get out? So the whole time I was reading this, I was thinking Haunting of Hill House and Saw blended. Yep. That's what I thought. And I cannot wait. This is a mystery thriller horror, and it came out this is not January. It came out December 1st of last year, and it's under 300 pages. And then the ratings, it's a 3.26, which is bad, but it's got such a good synopsis, and I just want to read it now. I don't want to wait until September, but I'm going to wait. And yes, so this is like the first book I'm going to get to in September, so y'all can bet on that. This next book is called Coral and Bone by Tiffany Duane. It is book 1 in the Siren Chronicles. This book came out in 2019, and that year on BookTube, I was seeing this book everywhere. I saw it mostly on Ben Alderson's BookTube channel. I think he was still doing videos then. It was either that or all over Instagram. And I had to get it, and it was free on Kindle, so I got it. So she was told it's a symptom. It's actually the key to saving the world. As Halen Windspear returns to the place her father drowned, she thinks controlling the sparks beneath her fingertips is her only problem. But when she's dragged into the underwater realm of Alosia, she discovers she is the solution to the century-old conflict. Earth is on the path to destruction at the will of a sinister siren, and Halen is the only person powerful enough to stop him. She's not ready, but the fate of the world rests solely in her hands. Coral and Bone is the first book in the Siren Chronicles, a unique paranormal urban fantasy series by Tiffany Duane. Fans of Cassandra Clare and Mary Weber will love this vivid world and original twist on mermaids. Now, I don't read much about mermaids. I don't like mermaids. But if it's a creepy mermaid, kind of like the ones in HP, then I will give it a shot. And it's a young adult fantasy. And let's see how many books are in the series. There's 3 books. And not many people have read the 3rd book. It's got a 4.2 with 31 ratings. So that tells me that the marketing for this book was bad. And I'm seeing a lot of DNFs from my friends on Goodreads. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to read it this summer. Because obviously mermaids, ocean, summer. It goes. And yeah. If I like the first one, then I will continue with the series. And if not, then I'm not going to be losing much sleep over the rest of the series. Another book with the word bone in the title. This is The Bone Jar by S.W. Kane. And this is about an abandoned asylum. That gives me like ghost vibes. This is a mystery thriller crime. And it's 2 murders in an abandoned asylum. Will a mysterious former patient help untangle the dark truth? The body of an elderly woman has been found in the bowels of a derelict asylum on the banks of the Thames. As Detective Lou Kirby and his partner begin their investigation, another body is discovered in the river nearby. How are the 2 murders connected? Before long, the secrets of Blackwater Asylum begin to reveal themselves. There are rumors about underground bunkers, secret rooms, unspeakable psychological experimentation, and a dark force that haunts the ruins, trying to pull back in all those who attempt to escape. Urban explorer Connie Dark, whose sister died in a freak accident at the asylum, is determined to help Lou expose its grisly past. Meanwhile, Lou discovers a devastating family secret that threatens to turn his life upside down. As his world crumbles around him, Lou must put the pieces of the puzzle together to keep the killer from striking again. Only an eccentric former patient really knows the truth, but will he reveal it to Lou before it's too late? This came out July 1st of last year, and yeah, the cover, very spooky. So this will be another October read. All these books I think are free on Amazon besides my NetGalley ones, like SKLE. So this is the author's first book, I think. I'm looking at her Goodreads page right now, and it's only the bone jar on her page. It's got 8,000 ratings at 3.92 stars. So yes, I am excited to read this one. I will be reading that in October for sure, because I like reading things about abandoned asylums and abandoned houses, haunted houses. They're my shit. It wouldn't be a video for my channel without mentioning a World War II book. So this one is The Lines We Leave Behind by Eliza Graham. This takes place in 1947 Yugoslavia, or in England. A young woman finds herself under close observation in an insane asylum, charged with a violent crime she has no memory of committing. As she tries to make sense of a recent past, she recalls very little, but she still remembers wartime in Yugoslavia. There she and her lover risked everything to carry out dangerous work resisting the Germans, a heroic campaign in which many brave comrades were lost. After that, the trail disappears into confusion. How does she come to be trapped in a living nightmare? As she struggles to piece together the missing years of her life, she will have to confront the harrowing experiences of her special operations work and peacetime marriage. Only then can she hope to regain the vital memories that will uncover the truth. Is she really a violent criminal, or was she betrayed? Dun dun dun. So this book came out November 1st, 2018, and I've had it on my TBR on my Kindle for that long. But yes, this is a World War II historical fiction. I think it's a standalone. Eliza Graham, what else have you written? She's wrote The One I Was, Another Day Gone, The Truth in Our Lies, Blitz Kid, Playing with the Moon, Restitution, Jubilee, The History Room, You Let Me Go. Oh, that comes out this year. I've seen that one. Huh. And I think I've seen Playing with the Moon on a couple of other TBR lists that I'm always looking for on the internet. But yeah, The Lines We Leave Behind, I'm super excited. Don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I will, because it's World War II historical fiction, and that's my jam. The very last book on this list is probably the oldest on my Kindle TBR, and this was my first ever NetGalley review book. I don't have the NetGalley no more, so I'm gonna have to. I have it on my Kindle, but it's not on from NetGalley. If you understand where I was going with this. I didn't buy it, but I got it for free. So it's Unnatural Deeds by Sin Balog, and this book came out in 2016. That's how long I've had it. It's Victoria Zell doesn't fit in, not that she cares what anyone thinks. She and her homeschool boyfriend Andrew are inseparable. All they need is each other. That is until Zachary Zimmerman joins her homeroom. Within an hour of meeting, he convinces good girl Vic to cut class, and she can't get enough of that rush. Despite Vic's loyalty to Andrew, she finds her life slowly entwining with Z's. Soon she's lying to everyone she knows and breaking all the rules to be with Z. She can't get enough of him or unraveling the stories of the family he's determined to keep hidden. Except Z's not the only one with a past. Straight-laced Vic is hiding her own secrets. Secrets that are about to destroy everything in her path. Now, that synopsis does not match nothing with this cover, in my opinion. But it's very eye-catching, and I want to know what's up with the gardening shears and the rose. Yeah, this is 3.7 stars with 867 ratings, so it's not well known, but I need to read it. And it's under 300 pages, so I don't know. It's a young adult contemporary mystery thriller, and it's got mental health, mental illness. That's one of the genres that it's on Goodreads. This is a bit of a stretch. I want to try to get to these books this year, and if not, then I will make them a priority at the beginning of next year. Yeah. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to know anything else that's on my Kindle, let me know down in the comments, and I will make another video. I'll make a part 2 of my Kindle TBR. I was going to do every single book on my Kindle, but that was just too much. Yes. So, if you want to see a part 2, let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.